The first tier of progressives, or leftists, or Marxists, or whatever you want to call them, are the foot soldiers, the apparatchiks, the manipulated arm of the left-wing movement or of the Democratic Party. And these are the kids, usually they're kids, college age, etc., who are the true believers, the ones that lead the protests, that scream fascist at anybody who disagrees with them. They are manipulated by the left because of their passion. They're prone to violence because in the end they believe that the end justifies the means, and they believe that because they wholeheartedly believe that they have the moral authority, that their system is better, it's more just, it's more equitable. And so they're prone to do whatever is asked of them. This is also the group that Vladimir Lenin referred to as the useful idiots. They're the pawns, because they never step back from their policies and look at the overall ideology and look at how it is made manifest. They never look at how the policies, they never look at what the policies yield. They only look at the ideology. And after the Marxist revolution that occurs, these are the first people that are shot. These are the first people that are killed. And they realize that their world of social justice is actually very dystopian in nature and yields the exact opposite of what they expect. They will become disgruntled. And the people at the top know this, and they will become a threat. But there will be no room for dissent in this new dystopian world. By then, it'll be too late. The second tier of progressives are comprised of the Hollywood elites, such as Robert De Niro and Jimmy Kimmel, etc., the university professors, the media, and the other ilk of people who are dedicated to proliferating a message that they know doesn't work, because they're privy to history and they're well read, and many of them are very incredibly intelligent people, but they are more interested in being seduced by the flattery of rhetoric. They're more interested in being seduced by the power of influence. They're more interested in the idea that they can go back to their wealthy homes and live in their posh houses and live in an extremely extravagant lifestyle, and at the same time they can pretend like they're just in helping the poor, such as, a good example of this is George Clooney, the man who's born in privilege. He's a friend of presidents. He lives at Lago Como in Italy, has a beautiful house, a beautiful wife. He's never been in need, and yet at the same time he espouses values where in his speech he talks about how he's interested in helping the middle class and the poor, and the Republicans are evil and people on the right are evil, etc., etc. But when you look at the evidence of those arguments, never mind the rhetoric, never mind the ideology, never mind what's said in the classroom, but when you take what's in the classroom and you put it on the street, those policies never render what they're supposed to render. In fact, they always yield the exact opposite. But that, it doesn't matter, because they're insulated from the byproduct of their own policies. They never have to feel the ramifications of the poverty that they inflict on other people. The third type of progressive is the nefarious type. These are the people like George Soros, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, the people who are extremely wealthy and they wield an enormous amount of influence. They take down national currencies, they destroy communities, and they do all these things on the basis of power. Now, I don't know specifically how each person arrives at the point of being despotic. I believe that mankind is innately drawn towards power, and I think that power corrupts, absolutely. I think that when you get to a particular point in your life where you have the power to influence countries, you develop a God complex. And George Soros has been quoted on numerous occasions citing his willingness and desire to be God. And it does not matter to them whether or not a country is destroyed in the process, because it doesn't affect them. I think that they are extremely narcissistic, extremely despotic, and in the end they do it because they can.